Okay, I want to show you two things that what the government wants, what the globalists want, is absolute control over your lives. We've heard so many things about what our government is doing to the American people as far as spying, as far as arresting people for free speech, as far as going after political opponents, people who don't follow the narrative, people who are actually fighting for the freedoms that we have earned and our rights as American citizens. And they're trying to do a complete 160 and destroy every basic right that we have in this country. And I'm going to show you two things that they're about to do right now that they want so bad. And of course, they're going to deny it. They're going to sit there and say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. But I want to ask you, when will you start to believe that they're actually doing these things when we show you the receipts, when we show you what they're saying and what they're doing, and yet you want to sit back and don't believe anything that all this stuff is happening? There are many people who believe something is wrong, but they can't put their finger on it. It's only because they turn a blind eye to the things that we are showing you. So two things right now, and I want you to pay close attention of what exactly the future holds if we don't stop what they are doing. Check this out. Law mandates kill switch in all cars starting in 2026. They say it's because they want to stop drunk drivers. That's one of the reasons why they get it. But you don't need a kill switch for that. You don't need a kill switch in every single person's car in the United States because of drunk drivers. To me, that is just totally insane. It doesn't make sense because to me, there's far more nefarious reasons. I believe it's because they want to be able to turn you off and not let you to go somewhere. Remember the 15-minute cities, all the stuff that they have planned for us. You will own nothing and you will be happy. They do not want you to be happy. And look at this. Take a closer look at the infrastructure bill they jammed through Section 24220. This is what they do because they don't want anyone to know what they're sliding inside these bills. Snuck inside the recently passed $1.2 trillion legislation is a proposal to have a lockout device to be installed in all new cars. This is no joke. They have already passed it in Congress and in the House. Think about that. In Congress and the House. And Law Enforcement Today reports the infrastructure bill includes a drunk driving kill switch. Some worry government will abuse it. Of course they will, because that's all they do. They abuse everything that we allow them to get away with, and they will continue to do that. So anyway, that's it. That's one of them. Now I'm going to show you the other thing. This one's scary. This was on the Joe Rogan show, okay? I'm going to let you see this for yourself. And this is some dangerous stuff, and it all coincides for the future of America if we don't stop this. Check it out.
Do you feel like you're sounding the alarm
Yes.
for people that don't understand what the fuck is going on?
So here, I'll pull it up for you here. Yeah? So there's the video.
Yeah.
I don't know if your camera can see that. But there's the video. There's him speaking about it. Right, so that's the guy who runs our economy in the UK. His name's the Chancellor of Exchequer. And here is the article. Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency programming. Yeah? And here's a quote from the article. This is in the Telegraph, the one he pulled up. And it was behind a paywall, so I'll just read the quote. Digital cash could be programmed to ensure it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible.
Holy
Now,
shit.
I'm going to take it one step further for you.
Did you catch that? Only the things the government decides is essential. This is why they want to go to CBD currency. Because I'm telling you, they want to control every aspect of your life. What you can buy, what you can get. Forget about guns. You are not going to buy a gun once that is passed. I'm telling you, that's the ultimate goal. And to say that if you say something that they don't like, they're not going to allow you to purchase something. That's it.
So, the vaccine passport infrastructure is in place. But now we know that the vaccine doesn't stop infection or transmission, but the checkpoint Charlie exists everywhere. They bring in digital banking, central banking digital currencies. you've got a scenario now that you're checking in and out everywhere you go using vouchers that are programmed and you can only spend where you're told you can spend them. There's another word for that. That's called the Chinese social credit system. That's what it's called. And anyone who watches Black Mirror will know what I'm talking about. That's that TV show, right?
Yeah.
So what they are telling us, and when I say they, who's they? People in power. That's the head of our economy, the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
And this is what I always talk about. They're telling us what they want to do, and we ignore it like, oh, it's never going to happen. Everything they do, they slow walk it because eventually it's going to happen, but they don't want to do everything at once because then people are shocked and then people will fight back. But when they slow walk stuff, they implement this little thing here, this little thing there. Before you know it, our rights are totally gone.
Second most powerful person other than the Prime Minister and maybe the Foreign Secretary in the UK, right? He's telling us, I just played it there for you, he's telling us that's what he, as the UK, the head of the G7, want to bring in for the G7. So a scenario where, like in New York at the moment, because the passport infrastructure is in place, you bring in that digital currency and you've got this total control. And if I'm speaking to you the way I'm speaking now, and my employer or government, you heard that in the quote directly, yeah, deems me as saying or doing something inappropriate, suddenly I can't actually pay to come here and speak to you anymore. My digital currency won't even pay for the ticket because it will be known that I'm coming to speak to you.
And for those of you who are looking at this video saying, it's bullshit, just revert back to what happened in Canada and to the truckers. They have already done this. That was probably the test case to see what they could get away with. Remember, all these globalists work together. So they seen they got away with it in Canada. Well, guess what? You're next if you don't wake up and start to fight back and not allow these people to do the things they're trying to do.
Your vouchers don't allow you to purchase that ticket to go and speak to Joe.
And there you have it. Two things. Cut off switches, money where they can control every single thing you do. It's coming, people. You have to get involved. You cannot allow these tyrannical elitists that think they're better than you. This is why they continually drive a fork through the country, make us go at each other's throats, because if we were to wake up as a country and put our differences aside, whatever that may be, and really focus on the criminals who are running our government, it would all be over. But too many of you buy and feed into the divisiveness that they're feeding us. And we continue to go at each other's throats and let these people at the top do what they're doing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.